Okay, thank you everyone for being here. I think this is the best way to start today's session. Here we go.
Something's gotta change. Something's gotta change right now. Right now. Something's gotta change. Something's gotta change right now. Right now.
We came to this event hoping maybe something could happen, so we could meet Manu, as they told us he's the best team leader.
He has a big heart.
I see what you're rapping, but they gotta see us stepping right now. Right now, we can move mountains if we do it together, y'all. We can break down and rewrite the law if we do it together, y'all. We can build bridges, race to race if we do it together, y'all.
Given the world because I haven't left my house in a year. I was thinking, I can't do it. I can't do it. But I said to myself, get past my own body and just do it. I got to the top. Everyone was cheering me on.
Can't hold it back. I can't hold it back, no. I can't hold it back. I can't hold it back now. Come on, check me out now. Check me out now. Under pressure.
We did just like you said. Stop, go into your heart, find the next level, and then move on.
And I did it, and I'm here, and I'm just here.
We did it together.
I did. And if I die tomorrow, I don't care, because the past 3 days I've been here, I have been so fucking alive.
Now, isn't she beautiful?
Remember what they said, breathe from your heart, come from your heart, go from your heart center. Just remember the love.
Can't hold it back. I can't hold it back, no. I can't hold it back. I can't hold it back now. Come on, check me out now. Check me out now. As you can see, I got swag for days. Ain't no one playing like I play. Whatever I do, I only slay. I got swag for days, got swag for days. Can't hold it back.
That's my life. Just keep on going, one foot in front of the other.
Just unmute many.
Yeah, of course. Our agenda of the day. We will start by listening to some of the founding members, the 4 of them who have been very generous to talk about the group. They were at the beginning of the group. And then we'll get into some numbers. I think it's good to see 5 years journey. And then, of course, we will hear from our healees. Okay? 8 of them have agreed to come forward and talk about their journeys. And then our loving hosts will share testimonies from healees. They will read them. And then we'll get into a spin of our meditation. We call it Love for Life Healing Meditation at the end. Just a kind reminder to everybody who's here, please make sure you have a pen and paper because you're going to do some writing before we get into the meditation. Just a reminder. Okay, so here we go. So it all started where you just saw in Mallorca. And the long story short is in every week long of Dr. Joe, there is this healees that get a coins to receive Coherence healing. My team, 21 people missed it, and it was such a big disappointment for the ones that missed. And then me with Marta, who was my volunteer, she's sitting somewhere in this picture, there, raising a hand. Okay, and we said, why don't we create ourselves? Let's do for our own team. And that's how we started the group, which was actually for the 21 people that have missed the coins. So that was the whole idea. And well, this was 20th of April 2019, and we haven't stopped a single day. And some of the people that were at the beginning of the group are still with us, and they are here. And we started with actually our own team. We were a group of 30 healers, and now we have 500 plus in the community. So let's start with this group. So the 2 of them are actually going to speak. So this was, they were all part of my team, Seahorse team at that time, and that's how we started. And so let's hear from them what they have to say. We start with my co-pilot.
Hi everyone. I want to share with you what this past 5 years has meant to me in, well, a few words, which is not easy because it has meant so much. Attending Mallorca in 2019 and after starting this group has shifted my whole perspective and perception of what humanity are capable of. I have experienced firsthand the beauty and the power that lies within our life as individuals, and especially when we come together as a group. I have had the good fortune of directly experiencing immense solidarity, unconditional love, and beauty that we are capable of. For all of this, I will be eternally and deeply grateful to all our healees along these 5 years, to each of those brothers and sisters who come together to, in a very unconditional way, be the conduit, the channel of universal energy, to Dr. Joe, and to, of course, life. Thank you.
Okay, so that was my co-pilot.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry. This is going to be Marta, so I have some technical difficulty to put her directly from this slide. So I'm going to do it in another way. Here you go, Marta.
Hello, loving community of healers and healees. I would like to share what this community means to me, and I would do so through 2 words that I feel describe what I feel when I connect with you and the work that you guys do every day. First of all, to me, it's a door. This community, it's a door to love that heals, that nourishes us, that makes magic and miracles happen. I like to call it God. You can call it whatever you like. But at the end of the day, it's love. And through this window, through this door that this community is, there's a second word I would like to share, and that is hope. The hope this work, day after day, brings to many lives of all sorts of beings, pets, people, businesses. So yes, a door to love and lots of hope for all the magic that you guys, we guys, make it happen. So thank you for being there. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Okay, so let's go back. Let's hear from...
Hello, dear family, dear community. Here is Nuria. To celebrate and commemorate our 5 years together in this path of love, of gratitude, of coherence, healing, I would like to say thank you to all the team, Manu, Anka, Sue, Ron, and all the team. I forget some names, but they are all inside. And also the healees that has been in our hands for such a long time, and to believe and trust not only in us, but in the divine grace. I'm so happy that we have been until here and really waiting and wishing we will do it for a lot of years more. Thank you, everyone, and pure love from my soul.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nuria. Okay. Let's go.
Hello, Manu. Hello, fellow geniuses, healers, and healees. I can't believe it's been 5 years. I am so very grateful for this group, and over the past 5 years since the Mallorca retreat, you guys have been a source of so much love and support for me as both a healer and a healee. And I've had so much change and lots of upheaval the past 5 years. And I feel like being part of this group has been the one thing I can depend on and the one constant of being able to tap into this source of support and love from all of you. And so as we all continue to evolve and grow and expand, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I love you all.
Thank you, Sheila. Beautiful. Okay, so back to statistics. So we have actually had 22,838. This is the count of today. In 5 years, we have been actually 1,827 days non-stop doing healings, and for most of them, twice a day. And in fact, 95% of our healees have never been to any of Joe Dispenza events, so they come from outside. They're brought by healers, they're brought from community, word of mouth, and so it is how we have been here in our mission every day. We also handle many emergency cases. We have about 3,500, and 15% of our healees actually come in our emergencies. Okay, even this afternoon we have two. It's how this is part of what we are, is that we are not only here for people that are in day-to-day, but also for people that are in crisis and then come in and find us being there. As I think somebody mentioned, Martha mentioned dogs, we have actually 390 pets that have come in all kinds. And we love them to life the same way as we do for anyone. And and she mentioned we have businesses, families, and of course kids. We have received 2,670 testimonies over these 5 years. People write, give us feedback, and it's been a kind of constant. We have this kind of more than 94% people say they have some improvement, significant, and you will hear from the host a few of them that we picked up from the recent months that we'd like to share with you what they write, so you know what we are talking about. Thanks to Federica, we could do this slide, which is where are they coming from? So our dedicated healers are coming from all over the world, and they basically are 500 plus from 52 countries. Okay, and we have, you imagine, 20 hours of time zone from -8, somebody from Alaska up to New Zealand. So we kind of cover the whole world at any time. And this, you see the blobs, the orange one. Actually, US is also orange, but there are different states, so it doesn't look, but we have a huge presence in US and in Canada. So basically, top countries are US, Canada, UK, Germany, Spain, Switzerland, Mexico, Netherlands, UAE, South Africa, Romania. Okay, this is where the healers are mostly coming from. But as I said, they come from all over the place. So thank you, Frederica, for this beautiful map. One other thing, and we'll talk about it later, is we also evolve. We believe that to be in the best service for healees, we have to evolve ourselves. And so twice a month, we meet at something called Super Sunday. It's the first CH on Sunday, twice a month. And we go deep inside ourselves and keep evolving. And this has created, of course, many insights, and we are there for each other. And this is part of being there in the best way for our dear healees that come in and trust. We opened some time ago to have people that are not into week-longs, because we have so many requests of people wanting to come and do service. So about a year and a half ago, we actually said, well, why don't we invite others? So we prepare them, train them, spend some time with them. And we have about 35 healers that have joined with the process. So anyone who's committed to giving love, who must have been a healee with us at least twice, is able to come in and be a healer and join our group to give love to others. And you can contact me for that. And of course, as we said, there are 3 components to this work, the healees. These are our gifts. So let's go to hear from them. And we will start with somebody I think many of you know, who is Christopher. And I will have to switch out of this one because his video was not visible in the slide. So I will just go to here. So Christopher, he's not able to be here, but he was kind to give us his...
Hello everyone. First of all, sorry I cannot be here live with you, but I'm having intensive training at the moment. So I'm just gonna try to, for those that don't know me, do a little recap of my story and take it from there. So December 2019, I dove into the shallow water, which made me break my neck at the 5th cervical and damage my spinal cord. This was, of course, unfortunately on a little island in the middle of nowhere, so it took me quite a long time to find a decent hospital where I could get surgery, which is quite crucial in spinal cord injuries. I could not move much below my neck, a little tiny bit my arms, but I was fed by a spoon, and most, if not all, people at that center said I would never move and probably definitely never walk again. Shortly after my accident, I was lucky to meet Manu, who introduced me to the work of Dr. Joe and the power of the mind, and followed my recovery very closely from the beginning, coaching me through my ups and downs, mental and physical. He also introduced me to this beautiful community. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional still. Which I've been joining for approximately 4 years now, at least once a week. And so I also seize this opportunity to thank you all for the incredible support all these years and weeks. From the very early stage of my after my accident, I didn't stop training intensively, I would say. So the other day I calculated, I did approximately 5,000 hours of training since my accident to try to push my recovery to the best possible way, and to improve as much as possible. Even if I haven't achieved my goals yet, I know I can proudly say that I'm mostly, if not totally, independent in my wheelchair, and I can slowly walk with crutches, and almost to the point where I can stand up on my own, which is the most complicated for me, being so tall, to go from a sitting position to a standing position on my own. I prepared a little video also that I will ask Manu to share just after this. Of course, this is just the walking improvement, let's say, but it has taken me almost 2 years to arrive to the point where I was standing with the crutches, and it doesn't show all the hundreds of other physio exercises I do around it, but maybe it's what talks the most. Voila, I think that's it. I'm really determined to keep on pushing. I know I still have the potential to improve, and for sure I would thank you, all the community. This wouldn't be possible with my incredible surrounding, family, friends, therapists, and of course the Coherence healing. I'm really sorry to not be able to be with you today. I'm sure if you have some questions that Manu cannot answer, or if maybe Manu doesn't want, I'm gladly you can ask Manu and I will reply through him, or he can share my contact details with you. So voila, in order for me to reply to your questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Much love. I hope this video is okay. I'm not so good at filming myself. And voila, have a great session.
Okay, you see the guy. Okay, so this is what he left for me to share with you. This is Christopher. Thank you. Hey, Ron. I will stop sharing and go to you.
Thanks, Manu. Oh my goodness, what a joy to see everyone's faces here and names. What an honor to follow Christopher. Holy cow. I just want to acknowledge him and all the beautiful work and this group for holding him over the last 3 years. My journey as a healee, you can't see it on the outside, but my goodness, you can see it on the inside. And I first came to this group in May 2020, so about a year after it started. And I had a passion to want to be a healer. And that's why I joined. And, you know, lo and behold, you better be careful what you ask for, because what I've learned in becoming a healer, you can't really become a healer until you learn how to receive as a healee to do that. And that's been my adventure. I have had 2 surgeries in the last year, actually. And if it wasn't for the surround of this group, the opening to unconditional love that I felt so strongly, and the willingness for me to go inside to see what are the parts in myself that need healing to facilitate the physical healing there. I wouldn't be where I am today through all of that. And I'm so grateful for that. And as significantly, as many of you know, Sue and I have been holding our adopted daughter for these many years with just so many challenges that she faces. And every time we hold her for a healing, my heart opens 10 times wider. It brings me to a deep place of compassion and love that I never knew existed before. And I would say that the gift of being part of this community really has to do with the fact that I am not the same person that I was 4 years ago when I entered here. I've learned so much about what it means to live from the heart, what it means to trust, what it means to give, what it means to receive. And I just feel this is an amazing doorway for each of us to walk through in whatever role we walk through, healer, healee, host, whatever it is, to become, as Dr. Joe would always say, the best version of ourselves, to do it from the most authentic place in our hearts, and to breathe that and live that every day. And really, it's about having beginner's mind. And while I love the flash and the excitement, when I went to my Joe Dispenza week-longs and advanced trainings, they've all been fabulous. Love it. Love Dr. Joe. It's here that the real work happens for me. It's here that I get to live and breathe this every day and practice in the quiet ways in the subtle ways. And for that, I'm really grateful. It has been a game changer. And, if we had more time, I'd ask Sue to testify that maybe she has seen some changes. I sure hope so. But I feel it in my heart. And I can't thank you enough and can't thank this group enough.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. Thank you for your beautiful share. Monique, my dear. Magic Monique.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this honor and privilege of inviting me to share my story. I'll keep it as brief as I possibly can because, I love speaking too much. So in a very, very small nutshell, my body was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017. I had no idea about this work or this group. I spent the good part of almost 2 full years in treatment after receiving a diagnosis of a recurring tumor in 2018. There was extensive chemo, extensive radiation, and kind of came out of that dazed and confused in 2019, and sort of mid-2020, I was told that the cancer had metastasized and was now stage 4. They had originally thrown the book at me in the beginning because I had 2 different kinds of cancer at the same time, a different cancer in each breast, and there was really nothing more they could do for me. And I had kind of been introduced to Dr. Joe through the Heal documentary, another friend of mine who actively does his work, but never quite fully understood it, fully embraced it, up until the moment where, now it was a matter of life and death. And I jumped into the Joe Dispenza swimming pool, started meditating, started reading all his books. And through a series of synchronized events, I have absolutely no idea how, I found this incredible group. I initially, when I saw the link, I was mistaken and thought it was a link to actually sign up to be a healer. I didn't realize I was signing up to be a healee. I even signed up just thinking I'm just going to show up because I was, that committed to doing the work and changing really the fundamental basis of who I used to be. And much to my surprise, I realized I was actually the healee once I received all the emails and the confirmations. It was the height of COVID. I had just been meditating willy-nilly up until that point. It was only until that diagnosis that I really started using meditation like my medication. I was meditating 3-4 times a day. And then I had this healing, my first healing with Manu. It was at the beginning of September in 2020. And I must say, I didn't know what I had signed up for. I arrived with an open heart and a willingness to receive. And I thought that the meditation was beautiful, and the guided meditation part, and then the sharing part and the music part. And I felt an immense amount of love being isolated in the middle of South Africa during COVID. And I thought, well, this is great. I mean, this is good enough for me, and was very excited to include the healing as part of my daily medication, heavily meditated. And and then a week after receiving the meditation, the recording of my healing, I incorporated for the first time. And that very same morning, 3:00 in the morning, I had a profound and mystical experience. I never understood how energy transmutes time and space until that moment. and all the loving, healing energy found me at 3 o'clock that morning in that healing meditation, and the experience was such that I could not deny the fact that I was healed. And I woke up the next morning, and from that day on, I ate, lived, slept, spoke, felt, behaved, and thought as if it was done. And I had to wait another 2 whole months to have a full body PET scan. My oncologist was really wanting to see how far the disease had progressed by the end of the year in order to try and find alternative ways to treat me. And initially, I said to her, in 3 months' time, you're not going to find anything. Unbeknownst, I mean, this is before even, my coherence healing. Sorry, dogs. And yeah, 2 months later, had a full body PET scan, and there was no evidence of the disease except one tiny little lesion on one of my ribs that was left. And I came home and I meditated that day, and I connected back into the field and connected with the energy. And I was like, hey guys, what's this about? And the message I received was, do you trust us? And I said, implicitly. And they were like, will you surrender? I said, absolutely. And they were like, we've left this there so that your doctor can witness the miracle of this disease leaving your body, but it's done, it's taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. And I didn't. And yes, my dog is celebrating. And from that moment on, I make a concerted effort every single day to not slip into old patterns, to not be defined by the memories of my past, the limiting beliefs, the old programs. I'm a work in progress every single day, and some days it's much easier than others, and some days I have to work really extra hard. But the biggest gift, other than my healing, that I took away from this group is the beautiful advice that was shared with me from Manu. Because once you go through this healing and you've done you've done the work, and then you kind of like, well, now what? Like, what do I do now? And the analogy was that you've tended this beautiful garden, you've removed all the weeds, the soil is fertile, it's ready for you to plant delicious, juicy fruits and vegetables, and you will reap the reward of those seeds that you plant. And I reap the rewards on so many levels, in so many aspects of my life, whether I'm bringing healees to this group who have from stage 4 cancer to diabetes to infertility to my dog who was dying a week ago, suddenly sprung up the next day and could go home. My son who was lying in hospital last night with fear of a collapsed lung and a type of weird emphysema. He's only 13, this kid, having a coherence healing right there and then in the hospital, and having x-rays and coming back from the x-rays and just being like, oh, Mommy, I can breathe. I mean, this is the fruit of my labor. These are the rewards that I'm reaping every single day by just tending to my garden, making sure when those little weeds pop their heads out that I gently and kindly and with grace remove them. Because after all, we are still human. I am still human. I will make mistakes, but it's how I recover from those mistakes. It's how I recover from the triggers, and it's how I find ways to stay heart open, mind coherent, in love, in joy, in gratitude always. And this group helps remind me of that every single day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Magic, Monique. Okay, so we will go back to slides. Sorry, I know, keep you busy here and there. And we hear
I
from
have the
Barbara.
pleasure. Oh,
What am I doing for work? My dad had just found out that he was diagnosed with AML leukemia, and I always love to tell the story, telling him that my parents had not been in the same room in 25 years. And he said, wow, you know, I've been thinking of doing a healing for families, and since you work in the area of forgiveness, maybe you could help me start it. I said, but what if they say no? And what, you know, all my doubts came up. He said, all you have to do is send the Coherence Healing for the Family Healing invitation, just the invitation by text or email or phone call in person to each of the people in your family. And I said, I can do that. They all put it on their calendar. My mom said, fine, I'll do it. My dad said, fine, I'd be happy to do it. And I said, don't worry, Dad, I'll come over and I'll do it with you because he's hard of hearing. And in case there's something that comes up that you can't hear, I'll be right next to you holding your hand. My stepmom was a little bit like, why do you even need me? She was in the next room. She heard everything that was going on. My mom's in her apartment many miles away. My sister's in her house many miles away. But we all were there in time and space. When the Coherence Healing was over, my stepmother came up to me and said, it is kind of ridiculous that we have never had a family holiday together in the same place. You should invite your mother once in a while. So I was stunned, didn't say anything to my mom. The next day, my mom calls me and says, you know, if your father and your stepmother wanted to come over, maybe I could make a dinner for them. I said, are you serious? Because my stepmom just said pretty much the same thing. So 2 days later, I picked up my mother, and my mother, my dad, my stepmom, and myself had dinner together for Shabbat. And Shabbat is also very healing, so that was amazing. And then 2 weeks after that, I hosted the very first Thanksgiving dinner for my entire family, including my sister and her husband and their kids. It was life-changing and really life-affirming. And I give all the credit to that Coherence session because I know that something happened that was beyond space and time. I sprained my toe. I have a funny story about that. I was helping my niece move a bed, and the second I put my hands onto the bed, a piece of very heavy wood fell on my tiny toe on my left side. And I was in excruciating pain, and I knew that if I went in to my inner guidance and just kind of sat with all the bone structure and the muscles and the veins, eventually it would heal itself. However, of course I called Manu and got on the very next Coherence Healing. It happened to be Christmas weekend, and I had to schedule my x-ray for 2 days later because they just weren't open. And when I went in to the radiologist, I said to him, you know, podiatrist, who I already texted the photos to, says it's for sure a sprain. There's probably a few broken bones. And he said, well, we'll see. And I said, but I did do 2 Coherence Healings in the last 24 hours, so chances are it's not as bad as he says. He came to me with the slides and he said, this is a miracle. Your foot looks like it's broken or sprained.
on the outside.
You have a perfect internal system. And I started to cry out of gratefulness. And then I said, by the way, I'd like to pray for you because you were so kind to me. Could you just tell me what your name is? And he said, my name is Manu. Then I had to tell him all about the Coherence Healing. And of course I sent him the link. I did this Coherence Healing when I got COVID. So far I've only had it 2 times, thank God. I was very scared the first time I had it. I was living all by myself. I had to take care of myself alone. There was no one there. People brought me food, but I couldn't hug anyone or see anyone, and that was very painful for me. And this Coherence Healing was my hug. I found out in the middle of 2020 that my lower back had lost the lowest disc. Just randomly, it was gone, and I was in excruciating pain. I didn't know why. First doctor I saw, unfortunately, said, you will be on painkillers for the rest of your life. And I said, oh, I don't think you know me. I made a documentary about addiction, and I am not interested. I've never done a drug, and I'm not interested in starting. But healing every morning, a meditation, and I pray about it all the time. And thank God, I live without pain. Thank God, thank God. And I've done it for my business. In general, I love giving to this community. I love receiving from this community. And I'm sorry that I can't be there for this celebration, but I just want to say thank you to everyone. Namaste. God bless you. And may we all see the entire world in coherence immediately. And let us say amen.
Thank you, Barbara. And Jason, you would like to go next, my dear?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being there. I want to say thanks to my friend Monique, Nicole, and Joanne. So this is my story. I was diagnosed with the brain disease degenerative. So that's why I speak not fluently. So my disease is that my body is called multisystemic atrophy. I saw around me the world change. I saw the synchronicities happen a lot. So the current healing changed my total, and I'm ever grateful for that. I know I'm changed for the better, so this I know. I don't see the world like I used to. It's like I've been reborn a second time. I feel peace inside, harmony, and I look forward to my future. So every night I meditate and I listen to my recordings of CH. I've got 15 of them. I do a CH every month. The symptoms in 3D are there, but I know I'm healed in 5D. My first retreat, I got a mystical experience. I saw my grandmother and she's dead. My second retreat, I saw a ring of fire and light, and I enter it. So it's great. I know my higher self is healed, even if the symptoms are still there. In my third retreat, I've got a healing, and people touch my hands in my healings, and I was healed. I started a Facebook page community in 2021 in my area, and I thought will be 2 or 3 ago, and now it's up to 600 people. So I'm grateful for that. So I want to say thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for opening your heart. Thank you. Mary, you want to go next, my dear? Here.
Hello. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. But the main reason I wanted to talk today and share something is that my old self didn't want to. It was so scared.
So grateful.
And I was told that the old self wasn't invited, but it's just standing beside the door, like, so it's very close. So it's a little bit still scary for me to be speaking, but that's okay. When I was a kid, I used to lock myself in my bedroom and hide in the closet when visitors would come to the door, and eventually I would, as an adult, I found some other ways to hide. Like more subtle ways, like to not participate in things and all that. But I'm really tired of that. So I wanted to change that and overcome that. So of course, underneath that like hide and seek game, there was like lots of low self-esteem and self-love issues that has been there for a long time. That was there for a long time, and I don't know where it started, but I was very young. So all my life, I tried really, really hard to just be someone else, because it didn't work to just be me, because I wasn't good enough. So all the efforts and the stress to play different roles, to fit in, that really weakened my energy levels, and all my bodily systems kind of got weak over the years. Then even like made relationships challenging because people didn't really know who they were with, because I was changing all the time to fit in with who I thought they wanted me to be. So I recently joined to receive Coherence healing just less than 2 months ago. And so I could work on that, to have the support to work on that. And I'm really, really ever grateful for the support. And since I've joined, like I've definitely noticed changes, like in the opening of the heart. Like I can sense like heat and like lots more patience, and I'm less reacting, especially with the kids. It's more pleasant to be around the kids because I'm just more relaxed. And the opening of the heart kind of became, like the last 2 months, like became the focus. Like it's like it wasn't like all the things in my bodies that are hurting, but it was really like, how can I open my heart more and more and more? And it opened up just enough. There's so much love in there. I know I can feel it, and I also can sense the barrage, the dam, and it wants to open. And it's sometimes it feels so close. Sometimes it opens a little bit. It lets like water out, and I cry a lot more. So that's good. I know it's coming, and it's not fully open, but it has opened enough, so I could join as a healer, like the recently started French Coherence healing group here in Quebec, which I'm very grateful to be part of. But since I've joined, since I've started the Coherence healing, like the last 2 months, I've also had like a worsening of physical symptoms, and my relationship got worse. It feels like it's falling apart. So what I understand is I'm on a good track. It gets worse when we cross the river, and I'm like probably deep in the water, and it's harder, and I know it's worth it to keep on going. I'm just gonna drink water. Makes me thirsty when I'm a little bit nervous. So I know that I want to get to the other side. I want some changes in my life. I want my relationship to flourish, and harmony in the family with like all the kids, like and we started Coherence healing for the family, and we listen to the recording every day. The kids really like it. A few times a day we listen to it, and one of my kids really liked the second song when Manu says connect to your heart. So he goes around and says that like all day long. So it's nice. Perfect. Say it as much as you want. It's good to connect to our heart. So sometimes I put the recording on, and in the middle of like a big fight in the house, and when he says connect to your heart, like it's kind of funny. The fight's kind of diminishes. So thumbs up. So my plan is like, even though the challenges, like especially right now with my relationship, and it's just to keep the focus on my intention, even though it just doesn't seem like there's an issue out there, but I know there is. So I'm going to focus on that and keep on meditate, and the recordings are like gold. It's I listen to it many times a day, and it's really, really helpful. And I want to just thank you very much, everyone, for your help.
Thank you, Mary. And tell your part, which is standing outside, that you are super brave, and thank you for holding you and keeping you safe. Okay, let's go back to a video, and then we'll come to you, Dana. Okay, this is Anne-Marie. Let's hear her.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here. First of all, I speak French, so my English is not perfect, but I'll do my best. I would have a lot of things to say about my experience in this fantastic group, but I'll try to be short and sweet. So, first, when I started, when I began to go for the healing sessions, I was very, very doubtful. I had thoughts like it probably works for other people, but for me, for the kind of pain I have for my body, I'm not sure it's gonna work. So I was very, very doubtful, and my condition was very bad. You know, I had pain, chronic, physical chronic pain. So, I mean, bad pain, you know, I couldn't work and I was very anxious. I had thought like, am I going to be like this for the rest of my life? And, you know, it was a very hard time for me. So anyway, I began the sessions and I soon realized that it gave me so much hope, yeah, because to know that I could ask for a healing session every week, to know that every week there would be people there with full of love to give, with great energy, and there would be people there for me, with me. I mean, it gave me a kind of a security, because I was thinking, well, I'm not alone anymore with all my pain and my situation. They are there. So that was great. It gave me so much hope. And also, I realized that these sessions really helped me to not to just be all the time in my head, and that was hard for me because I'm very in French we say cérébral, so you know, all the why and why da da da. Anyway, so these coherence healing sessions help me to integrate the things I knew, but I knew things in my head, you know, because I did a week long with Dr. Joe. So I knew I had to change my way of thinking, the future, my way of being, but I was always in my head. So week after week, these sessions gave me the capacity to be in my heart, to be in my body, to feel. So that was great. And now I feel good. I feel so good. My pain is gone, or I mean, something, little pain, something like that sometimes, but I feel great. I mean, I'm so happy about all these, about all this experience. And I'm back to work. And also, I mean, I'm just more positive. So I'm sure I will go again for other healing sessions, for other minor things. So thank you so much, Manu, to have started this fantastic group, and thank you, everyone. I mean, I just love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And I know you're here. Thank you for your beautiful share. Okay, so let's go to Dana. Last but not least, here you go. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to share, and thank you for all the love you have given to me and the love that I've been able to share from my heart. I've been a healee and a healer in this group since November of 2020. I went to my first Dr. Joe event in 2020 of November and found about I saw the video on the screen about Celia and I was hooked. I wanted to be a healer. I was like, we can get this little girl to be responsive. I knew that that was going to be part of my journey. I have been on a Jasper's about to bark, sorry. I've been on a healing journey for the last 33 years due to broken neck at C4-5 due to violent crime and attempted murder. And I've recently, in the last 4 years, because of this group, because of the meditation, because of Dr. Joe and all the love that has been shared with me, I've taken the longest journey, yet the shortest trip of my life, from my head to my heart. And I've been able to let go of the drive. I gotta walk, or I'm not whole. And I have recently come to grips and realization and gratitude with it's not about the cure, it's about being healed. And the difference between being cured and healed is the physical body can be cured, the heart can be healed. And I'm at a point where my heart is healed and the rest of it doesn't seem to matter as much anymore. Walking is great, being able to walk because I can take some steps. I can walk some, much like Christopher, but it's not the end goal. It's not my sole purpose. I was just actually recently told yesterday that I was kind of a pain in the ass because I was so focused on the ability to walk away from a wheelchair, and I wasn't really seeing the whole picture. And the goal of life is to come back from our head to our heart and share our love the way we get to do in this group. And I'm so grateful for this group. I know I've been a little bit of an absentee for the last 7-8 months, but you know, I have actually found love. I'm just gonna flip the camera. This is Kirk. And it's because of this group I've been able to let go of some trauma, let go of fears, and the meditating has helped. And I've done different medicines, plant medicines to help as well. But it was started right here in this group, showing me unconditional love. And I was able to give love, which in turn, I was able to give love to myself. And I just want to thank you, Manu. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Anka. Thank you, everyone in this group who has supported me, and Jasper and other friends with pets along this way. I'm just truly grateful and honored to be able to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dana. And you have to do your joy. You have to unmute. We can't hear you, my dear. Unmute.
Joe! Okay, I forgot about that. So I had this like most amazing healing that where it was just like I was able to drop a lot of anger and found joy again, just of being alive. So thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Okay, let's go back to slides. And so this is the second component of work. So we had healees, we had healers, and now the third component, of the third leg, which is the hosting, the one who works behind the scene. And what we are going to do is each one of them will say hello and will share a testimony from healees in their own way, in their own words. So here we go. I'm going to start with you, my dear Janet.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I am going to be sitting here today and share with you his experience. So he says, today, looking at my scars on my legs, I have seen them different, very green, almost skin color. Yesterday, I decided to walk without using the crutch, and I walked 2 kilometers round trip, making stops. Then I gave piano lessons and ended helping the cleaner girl. I was also surprised by the physical energy available. I almost felt at the end of the day that everything was same as before the accident. And this is Sergio Impressions, 4 days after his healing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Janet. Anka?
Hello, my dears. I have a lot of emotions and I'm so proud to be with all of you since Mallorca here. I love you all. So I'm going to read today from Desiree. And she said like this: about 2 weeks ago, I burned my right hand on the gas stove when I accidentally turned the right plate on and not the left. The handle of the pan was above the right plate, and I reached out to grab the handle of the pan. As I did so, I put my hand right into the gas flame, and I grabbed a super hot handle and badly burned my right hand. The burn was not severe enough to go to hospital, but it was serious and sore, and my hand was red, and I was very painful. I thought it would take weeks to heal, and I was unable to use my hand after I burned it. That night, I had a Coherence healing session, and the next day, my hand was much better, and I could see it without discomfort. By the next day, my hand was totally healed. The blisters has completely healed. It was totally miraculous. Thank you all for the healing. And I thank you all because it's true. For what we see for years. Bless you all.
Thank you, Anka. Ron?
Yeah, this is Eric. And Eric wrote this. It simultaneously takes antidepressants, an antidepressant, and got better noticeably after 4 sessions. He went from panic and no alone time to being calm and engaging with some friends, seldom being alone even. It's his mom holding for him. It's perfect. And she also enjoys the benefits of being more relaxed, reinforced, and comforted that Eric's condition will change for the better. Great power lies in this community. Sessions are always refreshing, calming, and empowering. Very grateful for the passionate and dedicated healers.
Thank you, Ron. Sue?
Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure to read for Fuzila. I followed the recommendation and have listened to it multiple times per day. The recording, of course. It has been now more than a week. I am so amazed by how layers of emotional trauma have been slowly released. My emotional health has improved, and I feel emotionally more balanced than ever. I am certainly continuing the listening as it is bringing me in a space of quietness and meditation. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful for all your love and light.
Thank you, Sue. Erin?
Hi, my name is Erin. I was also in Mallorca, but I never met the team that worked with Manu until about 7 months later when I joined the group. And our team here is also Brad and Wilderness. And I'm going to read for you Joanne's testimony. Following my Sunday Coherence hosted by Janet, I slept deeply without coughing at night and much less the next day. Really, the end, crumbs remain. I've been getting up singing and dancing for 3 days now, something that has shifted, a liberation, a transmutation, a cleanup. Beyond a single lung disorder, I cough. Probably a total liberation in relation to my family who remain on this plane. Thank you again for this coherence healing at the beginning of the year, as well as a gift for the beginning of my personal cycle. We got it with all my love. Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Brad and Wilderness. Ghislaine, my dear.
Hi. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Manu, Janet, and all the people who founded the group. So I'm very new here. So I began as a healer and now privileged to be a host. So Paulina, she's writing, when I was lying down, even before the session, I was feeling a very strong energy going around me. My body was shaking and releasing the whole session. A very important insight happened to me. The next thought, what was whispered to me, be open to receive all the wonderful things the universe has for you. It was very profound. My hips have felt much more free and they continue to release more and more as I am doing the recording every day. Last night, I felt how my body surrounded completely during the recording. It was very powerful. And this morning, my body felt even more free, as well as my mind and soul. Thank you so much. So blessed for all this beautiful community.
Thank you, Ghislaine. Frederica.
I'm the youngest host. I'm with 49 sessions, not 50 yet. Tomorrow is going to be the 50th session that I'm hosting. The others have times that. So here we go for Chantal. From the start of the Coherence healing sessions, I noticed changes in my state of being, about being worthy and of receiving. With the help of Coherence healings, I developed a greater openness to receive. I feel more and more the love of others, and it touches me so much that tears come to my eyes, and I am unable to stop because this love is so great and so strong. So I decide to abandon myself to it. I don't want it to stop. I'm so good. I just want to start again, to experience it again. I'm enormously grateful to be part of this group, and I want to thank you for allowing me to experience these extraordinary moments. Thank you, Manu, for your beautiful and important presence, and for your great dedication to this group and all the people who participate and who contribute to our better lives. Thanks, with gratitude, Chantal.
Thank you, Frederica.
Thank you.
Mercedes.
Hello, everybody. I'm so honored to be here with my family, my husband, and our sweet baby. I'll show you guys. This is a product of the Coherence healing. This is Maya, and I am honored to share Damika's testimonial. She says, I had 2 healing sessions. The first one on 27th of December, before I had a mammogram and ultrasound for a cyst. The doctor told me that the cyst is decreasing and will soon disappear. I will continue to listen to the recording, which is so loving and healing. A very profound thank you to Manu and all your dear healers for your work. I will continue as a healer. I'm truly blessed.
Thank you.
Big hug and love to everyone.
Thank you, Mercedes and the family. Okay, so thank you again. This is a beautiful hosting team that you heard from behind the scenes. So just very quickly, I think there is a summary to just say a few things from a message from us. what makes us who we are? First, we have actually not changed our mission from day one, which is dedicated healers in community in service of humanity. This has never been changed. We didn't touch it. There are a few things we have, of course, learned and experienced, and I think Martha touched about that, and many of you did. We observed that true healing is about learning to love all of you as you are. And there's a lot of work that goes in. I think Mary was talking about that, and there's a lot of others who talk about that. So the other thing which we propagate, we believe a lot, and you hear it when you come in, saying surrender, feel safe to receive. And that comes from this beautiful saying, which is jump and a net will appear. But first you have to jump, which is all about surrender. And of course we have evolved, we continue to nurture ourselves. And this is one of the things we do, is when we are in this service, is not only being here, it's about who is coming to the table. And so this is why a lot of self-work goes on. We hold each other, we support each other. We talked about the Super Sundays, and it's part of us growing ourselves. And this is part of being here. So I'm really, really grateful for everything that has happened for 5 years. And so with that, let's go into preparing for meditation, okay? Now, what I want you to do, which is a little bit different than you come in on usually, is I want you to take a piece of paper and write for you your affirmation, okay? Love for life. And if you can't find it, don't worry. I have actually done also for you affirmation. You can use this as well, but if you can, make your own affirmation. Take a moment and write in bold letters your affirmation. Okay, you got it. Now, for those of you who come as a healers, you know what you're going to do, but for those of you who are not coming as a healers, we are going to make you a healer now, because you're going to send love and heal your affirmation. So what you're going to do is we are going to play 3 songs. You know that. In the first song, what we want you to do is to open your heart and connect to frequency of love. And during this first song, bring the light into yourself. Find any darkness within and just fill it up with abundance of this loving light. This is what you do in the first song. In the second song, if you know you're a healer, you know that, but if you're not, you will hear me say, put your hands on your heart. So that's when you connect to your heart, and then say, rub your hands. So you really rub your hands. Okay? You take a moment, you rub your hands, and then it'll say, put your hands separately. So feel the energy between the hands. You'll feel energy between your 2 hands. Okay? And then you will hear me say, put your hands into the field. Now this is one where you will direct your attention, your hands to the paper that you've just written. If you have not written, you can direct it to the screen where you see the affirmation. Now, this is where you're sending love and light in the group energy to your wishes and desires. And you stay with that, then you will hear me say, which is put your hand back into your heart and integrate. And then the third song will start. And in the third song, you integrate what comes back to you. Now, take a moment. Connect to your affirmation. Take a deep breath into your heart. And here we go.
Connect to your heart.
Rub your hands. Pull your hands apart and sense the energy or space around your palm. Hands in the field. Stop the music. If anybody wants to say anything, thank you for your messages. You've already written some beautiful messages, everyone. If anybody wants to add some extra flavor.
Manu?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Donna.
I said I wasn't going to talk because I had dental work. But that's one thing. First time in 8 years, I was able to go to the dentist. So thank you, group. Could get out. But I was thinking during the meditation what it was like after I was hit by the car in '97, lying on the ground, unable to move, paralyzed. And I thought, well, I'm no longer Donald Brophy, the photographer. New York City, like, who or what is left? And I know who is left, what is left. But during this meditation, I just experienced 100% what was left, what is left. The truth of who and what we are is just absolute love within and without. So thank you so much. And thank you to the entire group and all of the healers and everyone who runs the sessions, because so transformative to be able to get to that space of love every week, especially being alone all the time in the house. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. And I just wanted to share that I got a very specific message during that meditation. And the essence of the message was to just pause, all of us, and to acknowledge the divine spark that came through Manu for bringing this into creation. Do that. I know it's all of us, and there's a very special role, Manu, that you play. And so I just wanted to voice that. I love you. Thank you. And thank you for the privilege of co-creating this amazing space together. What a joy.
Thank you. When I wake up in the morning, this is, Ron, what you said is what I say to the part of me that at that time, 21 people did not get the, and with Martha, because Martha, we were both sitting next to each other. Yeah, I'm so grateful for that moment to do it. So thank you. I mean, you can't, like Steve Jobs says, you can only look at things backward, and you can just be grateful to what divine brings through you. So thank you, Ron. I agree. There's someone up there playing the puppet game and puts the puppet here, and then all of you showed up, and all the beautiful healees and everybody who has been here today as well. 5th year here. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Just hold this space. Gratitude for each one of who you are. And we'll be here 1 year from now, celebrating 60 years. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.